Hello?
I can hear you. I just have the thing on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, you disappeared.
Yeah, something's going on here. Hold on.
It's okay,
All
no
right.
worries.
You're gonna have to speak a little louder because I hear you on the lowest volume for some reason, and my volume is all the way up, but for some reason the sound that's coming out is really low.
Is this better?
Really.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see.
Hold on. Let me see. Let me try something. Hold on.
No worries.
Um,
I'll say hi to people. Hey Calvin, how are you? Hey Tia, how are you? And thank you guys for sharing. I really appreciate that. We were having some StreamYard technical difficulties, as you guys know, that happens a lot sometimes.
okay, we're cool now.
Yay. Okay. Calvin says, hello, Father Evil. So yeah, I am super stoked to have you on. I've been looking forward to this through haunt season. I'm glad that it was after haunt season because I know all of us are pretty busy around that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hi Susan. So I guess I'm just gonna jump right into this here. Hey Nadine. Um, One, it's great to have you back on our network, but last time I didn't get a chance to talk to you because the wonderful Sinister Sisters were the ones that got to talk to you last time. So Genevieve and Jillian, which I hear you're doing the haunted tour with them lately.
Yes, I am.
That is so awesome. And that you were at their shop, the parlor.
Yes, I have been. I have been. Yeah, so far 3 times.
I love it. I was so excited to see that. Like, how are you enjoying being the host of like a haunted tour here and there?
It's really exciting. It's cool. Um, I've been wanting to get out of the horror scene. As far as what I mean by horror scene, I mean the horror convention,
Yeah.
uh, and bring it out into the general public. It's hard to impress horror people, believe it or not. It's easy to impress the normies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's also that we are so used to a lot of this stuff now.
You become jaded.
Oh, exactly. Hey, Genevieve.
Hey, Jen.
Hey.
Whatever you did, you took off the echo, and it sounds perfect.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I booted your other profile. It was still sitting down there. I just noticed it too. So I haven't had the well, I'm in California, first off. So I haven't had the opportunity to go see the shop, to go see the tours, though it's definitely on my list. Yeah, but what I was saying previously was like those of us that are used to horror stuff and used to the horror conventions, we smile at it and we love it. Don't get me wrong, we absolutely love it, but I think most of us are looking at you going, "Okay, how did you do that?"
That's exactly how you're doing it. You're looking at it as like almost like you're taking it apart in a good way. How did he do this? You're deconstructing how I did it.
Yes.
Whereas other people, they're like, holy shit.
They get scared and I love it.
Yes. That's the perfect icebreaker because you stay in their heads forever after that.
Oh yeah, you're memorable.
That's the thing. That's why I do my weddings and stuff. When I pitch my weddings, I'll always tell this to the bride. Like, how much do you spend in general at a traditional wedding for flowers? Anywhere between $2,000 to $7,000 on flowers just alone. Okay, who's going to remember that arrangement 15 years from now from your guests?
Just us.
Exactly, if that. Mm-hmm. Now, are your guests going to remember the flowers, or are they going to remember a reception by Father Evil?
Definitely the reception.
that's or service by Father Evil, because after we do the service, whatever, I take pictures and I mingle with the crowd and whatever, but I get in their heads, they're like, oh my God, I'm like, where is he? I play, I play on their fears, and I play on their views on their religion as well. Common thing that I get from photographers too at weddings, because they've never seen anything like it. It's like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. Holy shit. They always say, holy shit. I'm like, unholy shit. Come correct. Unholy shit. And he's like, oh, okay, all right. And then they start, this one last photographer, I did a show. I didn't do a show. I did a wedding reception. This one photographer, he couldn't stop looking at me. The main photographer, he was just, I gotta take a picture. Do you mind? He was just like, who takes 70 pictures of the priest by themselves?
Well, if it's you, then
that's what they've never seen. So I'm like thinking, all right, you know what? These are not horror people. They're not used to this. I got something here. Let me go run with this. And I already had that mentality. I got something here. Let me run with this within the horror scene. Now let me run with it out of the horror scene into the general public. And the people are really taken back by it. Some of them don't like it, and as I do it more and more, I'm more and more confident. Obviously, it becomes easier. Like, you could tell which people don't like it, and you just leave them alone. You don't have to like it. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
I don't have to care that you don't like it. You don't have to tell me I don't like this. I'm like, I don't care. I'm always ready.
Sorry.
I'm always ready for people to counter that, but that's what I've been doing. I've been having a lot of fun going into the general public, and I've been loving it. But go ahead. I'm sorry, I kind of went away on
no, that's perfect. Hey, this is what I like with it, because I try to be as just loose with these interviews as possible. Like, so Tyler popped in, scurry face. Hey, it's great to see you. And so Susan has a question for you.
Shoot.
What inspired your character, and how did you get started?
Okay. What inspired my character was I went into shit. All right, I went through my artsy fartsy phase back in the '90s. I was living in New Brunswick, New Jersey, Rutgers Township. That's Rutgers College area, and it was very trendy back then. It was before Starbucks. It was like these trendy art house coffee houses, and they had art all over. It was really eclectic, really cool college vibe type feel. And I saw all this art in a while. I'm like, you know what? Let me draw something. And I've been dabbling with art my entire life. And I came up with this character that I drew. It was basically like a really what I called then a possessed priest. It was just a gaunt looking priest. It kind of looked like the Joker, but kind of like balding with wisps of hair, and he had his hands like this, and with the roses around it. And in Latin, I wrote, "Padre Filii et Spiritus Sancti," and that was it. And I sold it, and I went to sell it, and it didn't sell. I wound up giving it to this kid who was a fanboy, and that was it. Fast forward 20 plus years into the future. I'm married. Um, my wife has a girlfriend who she worked with at a Liberty Science Center, and they were like, you know what? Does Lou like horror? My wife's like, he loves horror. My husband loves horror. We're going to go to a horror convention. Let's all go. So we all went. I fell in love with that concept. I mean, it was just people my age. It was like Halloween in April, and you got grown adults dressing up like Halloween, and no one thinks it's kooky or whatever or weird, or no one's looking down upon it. It's accepted, and I'm like, wow, this is fucking cool. This is so cool. I gotta go to another one of these. So I went to a couple of them. This is around 2005, 2006. About after my third con, it was in Chiller Theater. I figured, you know what? I'm going to dress up this time. I'm going to go for fun, just for fun. And my wife's like, you know what? Just be something simple, because I used to dabble with latex makeup. Nothing like to the caliber you see at some of these people at these shows. Nowhere near that caliber. I'm talking about the Wuchi face mask that they had. I think the brand is called Wuchi. And it's basically, it looked like it was like flesh tone, and you just put liquid latex around it, and you put it around your face, and it moves with your face. My wife said, don't do that. Just do something simple. So I'm like, all right, what's weird? So at that time I was working in retail, and they used to call me Evil Lou at work. So because I could make a really evil face when I was pissed off. So I'm like, all right, let me roll with that. So Evil Lou, and I'm like, wait, what would scare somebody? What would scare somebody? I got it. A possessed priest. Because if it can get to a priest, what chance do you have? So let me run with that,
I like that concept.
So I picked up a pair of contacts, these whiteout contacts. I was already bald. I had the chops, but not like this. They were more like, I don't know, like more toward the face, nothing pronounced. And I just put on a pair of contacts. I put on a $20 priest costume from Party City, and I went. And I had this big ass cross, it looked like Flavor Flav, And so I went, and I'm thinking this is going as a goof. I wasn't thinking, yes, I'm going to do something with this. This is going to be my career change. Let's go. No, this is a goof. I'm going to go out and have fun, and that's it. One time thing. Maybe I'll wear it again at a dive bar at a Halloween party. That's it. That was my extent. That was my extent with this. So I went, and people like, holy shit. They're like, wow, that's so cool. I'm like, wow, it's that easy? Is it that easy? I just picked up a $20 costume, and I put on a pair of contacts. Is it really this fucking easy? Holy shit. But I didn't see what they saw. To me, I just put on a pair of $20 costumes, and I put on a contact, and I didn't see the look, their look. I didn't see what they saw. So I'm just thinking, this is simple. So you know what? This is pretty cool. I like this. So I went into one room, and I saw this director from Italy. Forget his name, but he was signing autographs, and he had a line of about 20 people, and then he all of a sudden he looks at me, and he does a triple take, and he excuses himself from the table and runs over to me, and gets the assistant producer to take pictures of me, and he was taking pictures of me like, this is beautiful, it's so simple but to the point. It's less is better. I'm like, holy shit. So I looked at my wife, and I'm like, Sarah, maybe I got something here. Because if I caught his eye, and he's a director, he's in the arts, he sees something. Let me run with this. Let me see where this takes me. Long story short, here I am.
I love it. Susan says, that is gold. That is gold. And Tyler said to me, whatever I do, I repeat, do not ask him about Halloween ends.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, but now I have to.
Oh my God, it's crap on toast. Holy shit. I was expecting at one point, and spoilers, I don't give a fuck.
Spoiler alert, guys.
I was expecting at one point Corey to be like, I was expecting some anime type of, like lights and explosions all of a sudden, and like him pick out the fucking butcher knife. I am the evil, and raise it in electricity and silver shamrock, Michael Myers. That's what I expected to happen after all that bullshit. I'm like, really, dude? Really? I mean, Michael Myers takes apart an entire crew of firemen, these big burly firemen, armed with weapons or these tools, takes them apart like nothing. And this 21-year-old wimp who gets his ass kicked by teenagers is able to push him around. Are you fucking kidding me?
That's awesome.
Are you serious? Is this where you're running with this? I've been a lifelong fan, and this is how you shit the bed?
They shit the bed pretty epically.
It was diarrhea. It was like, it was like everywhere. It was explosive. It was, oh my God. Like, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
I really expected, I'm like, all of a sudden, like, he's in this underground, I didn't know pipes led to an underground layer like that, but I guess they do. And where did he pull the butcher knife out of nowhere? I mean, all of a sudden, is that where you stick the butcher knife? In the rock? I was
going to say his butt.
is that where he just happened to pull out a butcher knife out of the stone? Is that Excalibur now all of a sudden?
He's the Deadite King Arthur?
What?
I don't know. It was dumb. It was just dumb.
Oh my God. It just but anyway, yeah, that was Halloween Ends. It ended for me rather epically in a horrible way.
I'm going to say hi to somebody. Hi, Vice. How are you? All right. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go to a quick commercial, and we're going to continue this fun when we get back.
Okay.
We'll be right back if I find the commercial.
Yeah, I will.
Well, gentlemen, perhaps we wouldn't be where we are today if we hadn't said to ourselves, just go, 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 go for it.
Final score for this film, we're going to give it 3 paws out of 4.
Nuestra Señora de la Santa Muerte, Spanish for Our Lady of the Holy Death.
Out now! Ooh, not sex and violence!
Hi everybody, I'm Akka.
And I'm Pre-Sexist Diamond.
And we are Roots Bleed Red on Psycho Bunny Death Cult.
Aha!
In fact, humans have a very long history of eating each other.
So lock your doors, turn out your lights, and join us for Cool Radio.
Sarah Miller is a qualified psychic and spiritual medium who gives accurate psychic readings through a range of mediums. She is a professional consultant who uses her intuition to offer guidance to all of her clients. encouraging them to move in a positive direction and face the challenges that may lie ahead of them. She is also certified Reiki Grandmaster and Shaman. Follow her on Facebook or YouTube each week for her weekly free live readings.
Hello, all you beautiful people! It's your boy, Slippy! And when I'm not gouging my face down in gallons and gallons of ice cream, I'm watching PBDC TV. Yes, the most amazing TV show out there. Now keep on watching. I love y'all. Mwah! Stay nasty.
That will never not make me laugh.
That was pretty interesting.
He's actually going to be on another show later on tonight too. We're doing like a haunt season, wrap up episode,
right,
where we get to ask people about their season. So, did you do it? Speaking of season, I know we touched base on it just a little bit, but what did you do for the season in general? Like, were you heading to conventions? Was it specifically
well, my season starts officially March.
Mhm.
Goes March through November. So it's not haunt season. It's just that's con, and it goes into everything else.
Nice.
I didn't do any haunting this year, and I didn't do any haunting last year. My schedules have now been filled with weddings.
I like it.
Yeah, that's what happens now. Excuse me. Yeah, it's been weddings. It's what happened last year. I had 4 weddings last year within a 2-week span, back to back, 2 weekends back to back.
Nice.
And then I had 2 weddings in October this year. And then I've just been doing, the touring and everything. I get it. I could be a little expensive.
Hey, you know what though? It's worth it.
Yeah, I know, but I charge a pretty penny. But I've gotten to this point I don't do it for free anymore. I know what I have.
Mhm.
I know my worth. I know what I have. I know what I can bring to an event. I know I can wow a crowd. Well, you want my services, this is what's going to be.
Heck yeah. I love it.
Mhm.
No, that's the best part is being able to come up with a marketable skill
Mhm.
or a marketable idea, which yours is a combination of both, and knowing the value of it because people will pay it.
Absolutely.
And
That's why
so,
for my weddings, it's an hour and a half. My basic charge, my lowest charge is $500.
okay,
For
and
an
that's
hour and a half.
reasonable actually.
It's very reasonable. Average clergy or the average person who officiant anywhere between $200 to $300, and that's it. $500, you're going to get a memory. That your
Mhm.
guests are always going to remember that service.
Oh, exactly.
So that's why I bring to them. That's just my base pay. And obviously, as the popularity grows and as the brand grows, of course, the prices will go up. But as of right now, that's where it's at.
Okay. That makes sense though. So as somebody who's an officiant now, I know it was a little bit of work with like the person who officiated our wedding is actually my husband's one of his best friends.
Right.
And she gifted that to us, which was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I'm not sure what I would have done. I mean, we were getting married in the Masonic temple, all of that fun stuff. But then I was like, who are we going to get to officiate it? I don't really know what to do here. And she gifted that to us, and that was wonderful. And I know I did a lot of work with her beforehand.
Right.
Like, I like this prayer. I like this idea. So with your services, like how hard is it to really set up, get ready for such a long service?
It's not really a long service at all. It depends what the client wants. What my clients want. For instance, my wife and I, we have this is a business between me and my wife. This whole Father Evil thing.
Okay.
That's the only reason why I'm successful is because I have a very supportive wife. And that's 110% why. She lights the fire under my ass when I get complacent, like most women do. Guys get complacent. You got to light the fire, and then we get us going, and we get going. So that's just where we're at. But I lost my train of thought there. I'm sorry.
You're fine, dude. I'm ADD, so I just squirrel usually.
What was it we were at?
I was asking, like, how do you get ready for
for the service? Okay, what we do is we give our clients a number of things we can go for. We have like several readings or lists of we can do, and they pick from what they want. They can customize it. I can customize it. I can ad lib. We're totally flexible. We usually send them like let's say 5 scripts. Pick any of those 5 scripts. If you have anything in general, if you have a script already, send it to us. We'll do whatever. I'm completely flexible as far as that. Just give me enough time. Don't give it to me 2 days prior and expect me to. And I'm not going to memorize anything. I'm going to have it written and I'm going to hold it down, because I'm not going to memorize it. That's just not it. That's all. If you want me to, it's a whole other price tag.
That would be like extra.
No, that would be double. I'll memorize it. Not a problem. I'll give them the absolute best show possible, but it's going to be double for an hour and a half. So, you want me to memorize it for an hour and a half? No problem. $1,000. But no, we send them a script and then they pick what they want, and then sometimes they want to write their own vows. Sometimes I do their vows for them. And they say I do's or whatever, and that was it. I also have done I've done Celtic knot weddings.
Nice.
Simple, it's whatever they want. And the clients, they love it. They absolutely love it. The last one that I did, one of the last ones, it was last year, was a highlight. One of the highlights of last year was this woman. They approached me at a convention. And they were like, hey, they're within the convention scene. We want you to marry us, yada, yada, yada. We get it. We get everything finalized. They paid. And then she's like, can you do me a favor? Like, this is like a week prior. We were at a convention. She's like, can you throw God somewhere in there for my mom? My mom's like super religious. She's like conservative Christian. And it's the only thing she wants. Just throw something of God in there. I'm like, I got you. No problem. So at the end of the service, I warned her. I said, you know what? When I say by the powers vested in me by the state of Pennsylvania or whatever, well, when I say this, I'm like, by the powers vested in me by God, and I'll glare at your mother. It's like this. So I did it by the power vested in me by God and the state of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you husband and wife, you may kiss. Everybody loved it. Everybody loved it.
Awesome.
She loved it to the point that she actually came up to me after the service, after all the pictures were done, and she's like, "May I speak to you?" I'm like, "Absolutely." She's like, "This is for you." She tipped me $70.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
The thing is I told her, I said, when your daughter told me that you were like really religious, my goal was no longer to impress the bride. My goal was to impress you. And she's like, "You did that in spades, my child." She's like, "You did that in spades." I'm like, "All right, fantastic." So it's the more I do this with people who are not in the scene, and the more I conquer this type of, I guess I got a little fear within me, but it's not really a fear. It's just like how they're going to react. But the more I do this, I really don't care how they're going to react. I'm going to give it my all. They like it or no.
I love it.
And that's where I've gotten it. Like the confidence now that I've had with this is like rock solid. It's like, I'll do this anywhere.
I love it. So, Vice Versa said, "If I ever get married, Father Evil is who I want to marry me, and the unlucky soul who doesn't know what they are getting themselves into."
Well, they have no idea. One of the things that I love to say to my to the people at the reception or whatever, and there's always one or two or five who are really scared, and I'll glare at them at a distance, and I'll get closer, and I'll get closer, and I'll get closer, and I'm like, I already live in your mind. I like it here. It's comfortable. I think I'm gonna stay a while. You'll never forget me. When you close your eyes tonight, hello, I'll be there. And that really gets them. I do different variations of that. And but basically that's the premise. Like I now hold dominion in your mind, child. You'll never forget me for as long as you live. So that's the toughest stuff that I do. And they just eat it up. They hate it, but they eat it up.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Like we had to do kind of a similar thing with our wedding, where the prayer that we wanted, the officiant gave me multiple versions of it, but one of them flat out said Lucifer.
No shit.
And I was like, we can't do that. My grandparents are our Salvation Army.
Yeah.
We can't.
Yeah, I totally get that.
So we actually did one in like Old Norse. And I read it and I was like, this is cool, but of course I can't read it. I don't understand it exactly. She had to send me a translation.
Right.
And when she read it, it was the first time I heard it was on that stage while she was doing the whole entire ceremony, and my jaw dropped. So I imagine that's a very similar experience that people get when you're marrying them, is that they get like when you're up there, when you're officiating the wedding, it's almost just jaw dropping and awesome just to watch it, even though you're the ones there getting married. Like,
right. But it's really different for the audience because they have no idea what's it. And then there's 9 times out of 10 the people at the wedding. I mean the guests attending have no idea that it's going to be me, or have no idea that I'm coming out like this. And so I'm doing this service. I have a deep voice. 9 times out of 10, I don't need a microphone. Like you can hear me, and I get to the robust voice that I put into, and they're like, their jaws are dropped. I'm like, they're listening to me, but they're listening, but they're not, because it's too much eye candy in a grotesque way.
I love it. So, that's another question here. Does the altar that you stand up at, like for them, does it have a different look to it usually?
Well, there's no altar really
or sometimes like the lady that married us, she had like wasn't really an altar, but it was a place to hold the book, really.
Most of the time I'm holding it myself.
Okay.
Sometimes there's an altar. I had a stone altar once. I did a service at Laurel Hill Cemetery.
Ooh.
In a cemetery. I would recommend people to check out Laurel Hill. Just Google Laurel Hill Cemetery, and you'll see what I mean. It is epic for pictures. Epic for pictures. So we did a service there. We actually did a video, a whole thing. It was for this author. I met her through Horror Hound, through my convention tours. And she loved my concept, and then she hired me. She said, "I'm going to hire you." So I'm like, I hear that all the time. And then a year later, she's like, "Hey, you're marrying me," and I'm like, "Okay, you were legit." So then we did the service. She wanted it done in a cemetery. It was epic. One of the most unique weddings I've ever done to date is her wedding, Jenny Geiger, in a cemetery.
And a cool last name.
Yeah.
So I was actually looking into that myself previously, like how to get married at a cemetery, because here in California,
it's really cool ones. I mean, there's Laurel Hill, and Sleepy Hollow in New York is epic.
Ooh, I'd love to see that.
Actually, I've been to Sleepy Hollow, that cemetery, like several times. They actually have street posts, well, not really street, but like street signs within the cemetery. It's so massive.
That's awesome. We have like Hollywood Forever out here. So that's another question that I'm sure people have. If you were to do these ceremonies, are you willing to travel, or do you just stay in
Absolutely.
your general location?
Absolutely. I'd be
Okay.
foolish not to travel, but the price does not include lodging and travel, of course.
Of course.
The price on my service is just for the service itself. Me getting there and staying there a couple of days, that's on their dime. I have no problem traveling.
Makes sense. Definitely. So like somebody in, I don't know, Scotland.
I have no problem traveling.
So you've been to a lot of conventions. It pretty much takes up the majority of your time when it comes to other than the weddings and stuff, of course. Um, how do you like going to these conventions? I mean, I'm assuming, like we said earlier, that these people are looking at you like I would, going, "How do you do that?"
No, it's always exciting. I love it because some people do that, and then there's always newbies. There's always a newbie who's never seen you, and there's always that. But it's fun. It's just also you get to see old friends again, chit chat, catch up, old neighbors. I guess convention neighbors. You know, we get along. You know, there's one couple that in Texas that they love when I'm their neighbor because I could bring in a crowd, and then bringing in a crowd, they have their table. Hey, look at my stuff. Look at my stuff. So they kind of like that when I do that because I kind of give a show. I treat my space at a convention. I treat my space at a convention. I don't sit behind a table and just wait for people to come up. I don't do that. I don't do that. I stand in front of the table and treat that space in front of me as my own private haunt. And you're walking through it, you're game.
So, were you ever doing haunts prior to this?
No. The haunt industry actually found me doing this and asked me to come along do it. They said, dude, basically, because they always have me as a line worker, like usually because I don't need a backdrop to get into your head. I'm doing it right there at a convention floor. I could do it there on a parking lot. It's just like that's what they want. They want somebody to entertain people while they're, and it's hard because it's all ad lib. You don't have an environment that adds to your persona or to your aura. It's just Philly or wherever, or it's you and them. Okay, you got their attention. you got their attention. Now what? Do something. You can't be just looking all the time. You can't just glare at everybody. You have to. Everybody is a different strokes for different folks. You got to hit everybody differently. Like if I see a Spanish person, I'm going to hit her in Spanish. If I see an Indian person, I'm going to talk to them in Hindi. I know a couple of Hindi words.
Oh, nice.
Oh no, I'm multilingual, but I'm fluent in Spanish, and I taught myself Latin. And I'll hit somebody in Latin, or I'll hit somebody in Spanish, and those are the icebreakers. So I'm multilingual, so I'm not only relegated to one because I've seen so many of these guys that just hi, like, dude, really? That's what you got?
Right.
I'm like, okay,
Well, I mean, it's good when you're able to get into somebody's head and not even have to have a background with you. Like, don't get me wrong, your background behind you is epic.
Oh yeah,
I love it. But when you have the opportunity to just kind of make your own scene out of nothing,
I bring them into my world.
Yeah.
I bring one thing that people have always asked me, and they ask me a question, hoping I'm gonna answer it out of character, but I answer it in character, and I bring them into my movie. And this is what I do. You're like, have you been in a movie? Yes, I am in a movie. I am in a movie that is your life. In this chapter, you meet me. And they're like, and then I just run with that. From there.
You just brought a question to my mind just by asking it yourself. Have you been in any movies?
I have been very picky with that. I've been offered dozens of roles and dozens of movies, and independent, of course,
Mhm.
and I've been very, very picky because I've worked hard on this.
Mhm.
And one movie can shit on your work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I like at one point, yeah, I wanted to do movies, but this, what's the best way to say it? This thing that I'm doing, this journey, the journey takes you to where you need to be, and it changes your where you originally want to do. Originally, I did want to be in movies, but the path that I'm taking is taking me to a different area. Where right now, what I want to do is I want to be. I don't want to be in a movie, but I want to do like tours and stuff. But yes, doing the movies, I have said yes to 3 different movies coming up.
Nice. I'll be on the lookout for that.
One movie, it's an anthology. I can't really give too much details. I actually have the script right in front of me. I saw 3 of this guy's shorts that he did. I was very impressed how he did it. Another guy, there was these 2 movie companies last year in New Jersey HorrorCon and Film Expo. I'm just doing my thing on the floor. And on Friday, one of the producers from one of the movies came over. I don't want to give out the name because I don't want to promote anybody in particular, not other people. So I'm not going to say the name of the movie. But he came up to me and says, "Dude, we've been watching you all weekend. Please consider this." And he gave me his pitch and he gave me his card and talked to me later. And then another guy the next day comes up to me, same thing. And then, so that guy, the second guy, I kind of agreed to. And then again, this past summer, it happened again at New Jersey HorrorCon. This group approached me and gave me their spiel. I looked at a couple of his films. I looked at the script and I said, "All right, I'm in."
Nice. Is there a particular convention that you like more than others because of something like this?
Honestly, every convention that I've been to has its worth in different areas.
Mhm.
I'm not going to say which one is bad and which one is great, but I'm going to say the one. It's what you make out of it. To be quite honest, some of them could be really bad as far as sales because it's nobody's there or whatever. But it's the connections you make. You know, if you see the sales are not going to be there, okay, make some connections with other people. You know, if you see somebody doing something, network. Always network. So I'm always winning one way or another at a convention. I'm either networking or I'm networking and getting valuable stuff or meeting up people and for, podcasts or whatever. Hey, I'm doing this. Hey, I'm doing that. Hey, I'm going to be at this con. You think you could come here? So I'll do those type of networking. And, I've booked weddings from things like this, it's like, it's what you make out of it. But the farther south I've gone, one of the best cons in the country is Texas Frightmare. And that's one of the best cons in the country. And they treat me like royalty there.
Nice.
And not that they don't treat me like royalty here, they damn near do, but it's 1,800 miles away. They treat me like, oh, wow. It's like the further south I go, the more popular Father Evil is.
I mean, hey, like I said, I'm in California and I had heard of you before, before you were coming onto our show originally, not mine, but Jillian or Genevieve and Jillian's.
Right.
And I was like, what? Nice. Hell yeah. Like I was fangirling. And so you're all the way out here in California. People know about you.
That's awesome. That's
so,
awesome.
And you're well known.
What fucked me up one time? I'm sorry if I'm cursing.
Oh, you're concussed? I don't give a shit.
Okay, good. This fucked me up once. This is back in 2019. I was invited to a haunt expo called Haunt Fair. I mean, no, Haunt Expo. It was a Haunt NOLA. I forget the name of the thing. Anyway, I flew down there and I met up with some friends of mine that I met through the convention scene. this woman Karen and her then boyfriend. He was a professional photographer. So we meet up, and I wind up going down into downtown New Orleans in my full gear. And downtown New Orleans, and I'm like, 'cause that's where I plan to move down to eventually, is New Orleans, and do ghost tours out of New Orleans.
God, I would love to do that.
It would be money hand over fist. Ghost tours in New Orleans with Father Evil. It's a wrap.
Damn right.
It's a wrap. That I'm actually taking photos. We're in front of a cemetery, in front of these mausoleums, and there's a woman walking down, a local walking down. I'm in my gear, blah blah blah. She's like, "Hey, Father Evil, what's up?" And I'm like, "Holy shit!" I'm in the middle of a pose taking a picture as I'm doing that. Hey, Father Evil, what's up? And I'm like, and then I'm like, "Hey, thank you. What's up?" And the woman's like, "Dude, this is not a convention. They know you down here. You need to be down here." I'm like, there was more of a. It was like, hey, your name's getting out there, So it felt good. This is back in 2019, though. But as I said, it's just one passerby. It wasn't a con, nothing. It was just a passerby, and she knew who I was.
That's awesome.
Cool. That was pretty cool.
So I have some. Well, okay. I'm gonna put it up, Jake, and I am sorry ahead of time. If I get married to some poor bastard, I hope you officiate it and bless us and the hell beasts that dwell in my cataclysmic black hole located in my underoos.
Not a problem.
Jake, I love you. Yeah. And then here you go from Mikey. I'm not even going to try to speak Spanish.
Órale, el Padre Evil, que... Well, I can barely see that. It's really small.
¿Qué onda?
Órale, el Padre Evil, ¿qué onda, bro? ¿Qué onda? Oh, what's up, bro? Oh.
I'm in California and I don't speak Spanish, which is, I know, sacrilegious.
Well, no, they speak a different type of Spanish than I do, but I get their drift. I mean, their slang. There's some slangs that they use that we don't use, like "que onda." We don't use that over here on the east. But I get what he's saying. Órale, ¿qué pasa?
Now that I know. So this has already been answered, but Jenny came in a little bit later. And so she was asking if you have short answer, yes.
Yes.
And do replay to get all the information because
yes.
Awesome. Definitely. Mikey also says, Brightmare, is that in South Texas, like McAllen, Texas area?
No, Dallas Fort Worth.
Okay.
I don't know
what he also says.
I don't know what section, but now they moved it from Dallas Fort Worth. They're in a new area now. You might want to check their pages because they're not in Dallas Fort Worth anymore. So it's going to be like a little bit of a shell shock for us because that hotel. Well, Dallas Fort Worth. If you've ever been, it's like a mini city. Massive airport, and the hotel is right there. Now it's a little bit off out of the ways, but it's a bigger venue, so let's see how it goes. So
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Mikey also says that he would love to meet you.
Oh, I'd love to meet him too.
He's in that area that you guys are talking about, so he was trying to get a gauge as to where to go. Awesome. Thank you, Jenny. Hey, Connor, how are you? Hey, Dizzy. Hello. It's okay, man. I get it. You're moving. It's okay if you can't make it in right away. That's why we record these. Connor says Christmas smells aren't doing me justice. I came home with migraine. I'm sorry to hear that.
What did he say?
She said that she came home with a migraine from the Christmas smells.
Oh, Christmas smells. I thought I said Christmas sales.
Those two.
Listen, I did retail for 20 years. I know that pain.
Oh, me too. I'm so glad I'm not doing retail anymore, man.
But it's the retail that gave me the gift of being able to read people.
True. Very true. Having to do sales and stuff like that and pair different items with whatever they were holding.
Exactly.
Mikey says, I'm straight out of deep South Texas, like close to Mexico.
I gotcha.
So, I'm going to play a quick commercial and then we will be back to close this out.
Fantastic.
I will be right back.
Alrighty.
This is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat, and when I'm not hosting Monster Chat or knocking down small Japanese cities, I'm watching PBDC TV. Now back to the show.
That last one was funny. That last one was funny. I got a good little cackle out of that one.
That is Professor Edgar Fluffosaurus. He is a Divasaurus, and he's totally a diva. Every time I play that commercial, he asks for his royalties. So, you know. That is from Spooky Tales with Steve the Cat. And yes, it is a cat that reviews horror movies.
Speaking of reviews, Genevieve just brought this to my attention, and I said, yeah, I'm going to do it. We're going to start doing like spooky readings out of the parlor.
Oh my gosh, I am looking forward to that.
And I think we're going to do some kind of like maybe twisted version of the, it was the night before Christmas and all through the house, but read through with Father Evil with some mood lighting and some mood music at the parlor, maybe a little coffee or a hot apple cider, I'll be reading.
Why am I not in Jersey?
I'll be reading to the sinners, have a little fun, and then we'll mingle. We'll take pictures. I have a nice little evening out, It'll be something very, very affordable, but yeah, it'll be intimate, and it'll be for the crowd, and it'll be for the people, and it'll be for the Christmas season.
I love that. Oh my gosh.
And Father Evil may wear maybe a Santa hat or something. I don't know.
Okay, I need pictures because I won't be able to make it to Jersey for that, but
we just literally came up with this on the fly today, and I said, "Yeah, sure, let's do this." That's just how good ideas come, and I'm like, "Yeah, I don't have to like analyze it." Listen, if I get a vibe for it, and I've gotten this far in my career doing this by vibes and vibes alone, and I get a good vibe with Genevieve.
She's amazing. Honestly, she is absolutely amazing.
You know what? And when it's funny because I've been wanting to do this ghost touring thing for a hot minute. And then out of nowhere, she comes out, "Hey, I have this ghost touring." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here. Really?" "Really, girl?" I'm like, what? And I'm like, "I've been wanting to do this for a while now. And you're coming to me out of the blue with this?" And she's like, "Well, hi." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, let's do this." So
I was gonna say, do you have any what websites can we check you out at too? I'm gonna put these out in here.
My website is fatherevil.com, but all my stuff, all my social media is basically Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and that's it. Those three. I get a lot of my business through Facebook, believe it or not. A lot.
Now,
I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Facebook this, Facebook that." Hey, I get a lot of business from here, and sometimes from TikTok, and every now and then from Instagram.
That is awesome. Now, bouncing back to what we were talking about, because I was typing it all up while you were talking. I need to clarify. It is Jersey Shore's Haunted Tours, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I always mess it up, and I hate that I mess it up. So, guys, check out the ticker while we talk. So, it was funny, actually. The day that she told me that you were going to be doing the haunted tours with her was like the day after I had messaged you saying, "Hey, can we do an interview?"
Yeah.
And then Genevieve tells me this, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And we just and she was just like, "This is so cool. This is awesome. He's going to do some of the tours with me." And I get a message, "He came into the shop."
Yeah, my wife and I came, and my wife loves it.
It looks gorgeous from what I've seen.
I told her, I said, "Listen, I'll throw you some bucks for this place. We could do something here. We'll see."
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
excited to see you doing this. I'm excited that she's got her parlor off the ground.
Yep.
Not literally, but figuratively. And that the haunted tours are back and rolling like they were.
The thing is, they've always been there. It's how you tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've all had spaghetti. we've all had pizza, we've all had a lasagna. But have we had spaghetti, pizza, and lasagna from a 5-star restaurant in haha, you'll never eat here, Italy? No.
No.
It's the same recipe, it's the same, ingredients in a sense. It's how you do it, it's how you blend it, it's how you add it. That's the thing with a ghost story. I could take any ghost story and just make it eerie as fuck, or make it as pleasant. But I'm about the eeriness. That's my whole vibe. Like during a ghost tour, like every time Genevieve would say something, I would interact, I would do my thing, and I would be like, "Oh, there she is now. The little girl has followed you. She's taking a liking to you. She may follow you home. Oh, isn't it nice? You get to take home a gift from this tour." And they love it. They're like, "Holy shit, dude, what are you doing?" That just adds to it. But these are the little things that I add to the tour. That's why you've never had a ghost tour like this, because the ghost tour literally interacts with you.
I mean, I had already seen her in those beautiful dresses, which already gives that awesome vibe.
Oh, and I travel with my own theme music too.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, you're getting a whole shebang with me. I have my own theme music. Part of horror, a big part of horror is the ambiance, the music, here. See,
the build-up.
The build-up, yes. Well, you do that in the movie because you want the customer, rather, you want the people to feel the tension in the movie. Now, the tension in the movie is represented by the music. The person doesn't actually hear the music. Oh, he's coming! I hear the music. No, that's the representation for us. That's the tension. Well, I bring the tension with me as well as So it's like you hear church music sometimes, and like you hear like, and then I'm walking, and I'm like, oh my god, whoa, and you hear like a whole ensemble. So yeah, it adds to it in a big way, and that makes it more memorable. That's why I stay in their heads like that. And
why did I
you
just
have to have
picture you on
sound.
a hoverboard?
What was that?
So why did I just picture you on a hoverboard with that? Just very, very stern faced with the music and the hoverboard just gliding by them.
Amen. Yeah.
People would just be.
Yeah, that's what happened at this at the Halloween, this past Halloween, this last week at in Tom's River. Tom's River hosts the second largest Halloween parade in the country, and
that's awesome.
But it's not like our type of horror. It's like it's
hokey.
It's the Party City horror. I'm on a different level. So when I'm there, they're all lining up. This is about an hour, maybe a half hour before the parade. I walked the parade route. I literally walked on the street. But I didn't walk in the center. I did it like a U. I hit one crowd on this side, and on the way back, I'm going to hit the other crowd on that side. And I'm just going to walk them. And they had no idea what to expect. And I'm walking with my ambient music, and they're like, oh, whoa. And I'm like, it's time to come home, child. We've been waiting for you. We've always been waiting. Come home. I love you. And stuff like that. Oh, and they were like, can I have a picture? Yes, you may. Take a picture of it. They had no idea what to expect.
That's awesome.
That was at a wedding. That happened. That was on Halloween. The weekend prior, I did a wedding at this place called the Mathis House. And that's where the owner, when he saw me, he's like, dude, can you come back on Halloween? I'm like, I'm the owner. This is my bed and breakfast. We got to talk. And I'm like, sure. So I came back and I said, you know what? I have an idea. Let's do, he has a murder mystery tour. Let's do a little different twist on this.
Ooh.
Because he already has a murder mystery type thing. And I said, let's work a murder mystery that make it more like, I don't know, like demonic or like Ouija-ish, do that type of stuff and have me in it. And then I could host it. And he's like, I love that idea. So yeah, we're looking at like more like a darker darker murder mystery tour with me. So I'm actually getting into a lot of different avenues now.
I can't wait to see what else you do. I really can't. Like, I like I said, like I knew about you before you were on here with Genevieve. I started watching you more because of it. And then when I started doing these interviews, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna try. I'm gonna see. The worst he could do is say no, he's too busy. You know?
That's it. A lot of people are just scared. What's the worst somebody can say is no. Okay, move on.
Oh well. But yeah, no, I was stoked that you said yes. I'm like, yes!
You
Woo!
never know until you ask.
Exactly.
You know how many times it pisses me off too? How many times people have come up to me like, "Oh my God, I've been seeing you for," or they've sent me a message. "Oh, I wanted to say hi to you. I was there, but I didn't." I'm like, "Why?" "Oh,
Really?
you were very intimidating." And I'm like, "You've been talking to me for how long on here?" "Yeah, it's different, but when I see you and you're in person and you're intense, oh, like don't be stupid, dude." You know? And it's a dude too, and he's like, I'm like, I can understand if a woman was intimidated, but no, it's just a grown man intimidated. I'm like, dude, just come on. He's like, nah, man, you do something and it just fucks me up. And I'm like, all right, sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Like one of the goals I had with this is I have a lot of friends that are afraid of clowns.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So when I started doing this, I started interviewing some of the people that a lot of my friends were afraid of. And that's kind of how this has gone was people are afraid of certain people. And I'm trying to show them, look, you know what? It's makeup. Go out there and have fun with the horror stuff.
Yep.
Like we're all still people. We all still have fun.
Yeah.
But maybe we have a different fun than you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not, listen, I'm like I don't know how many con kids I have. I call them con kids because it's basically like an army of children followers because they all started being absolutely scared of me, terrified. And then throughout the years, they just got to know me. Now they're just my con. Hey, Father, I'm like their con dad.
I love it.
I've taken pictures with children since the womb. Like the mothers come up to me in the belly, take a picture, and then the baby's born. I'm holding the baby. Now the baby's 9. Like, hey, Father Evil. I'm like a second father. And there's like hundreds of them already at this point, all over Texas, all over the South, everywhere. It's crazy.
I love it.
It's awesome. It really is awesome.
I absolutely love it. Well, wow, we've actually hit an hour already. I can't
Wow,
believe that. I didn't notice this. So okay,
fun.
Well, I really appreciate you coming on here. It's been absolutely wonderful. I love getting a chance to talk to you and learn to see learn what you're doing, other than just seeing the awesome posts on Facebook. But guys, he is on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. All you have to do is type in Father Evil. And also his website. It's all there, down there getting ticked across here. So fatherevil.com. And then, of course, go check out the parlor and Jersey Shore's Haunted Tours, which he has been co-hosting recently. And so, awesome. Well, I hope to get you back on here again at some point. I would love
be
to.
More than happy to. And how do you pronounce your name again?
Akka.
What was that?
Akka.
Akka. Okay.
It's like kind of a Y in there, but not really.
Okay. Akka. Okay. Akka.
And right. Yeah. So awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to hit the outro stuff. And guys, thank you for joining us. Have a wonderful night.
Akka, have a great time. Later.
Thank you. You too.